Happy Fun Fold Friday, everyone. I'm so excited that you have decided to join me today. Excuse me. In today's Fun Fold video, I am going to create what's called a center panel pop-out fold. And it is a great fun fold if you have a large image that you want to have stick out, and like a big bouquet or something like that. So I will be using the Words of Cheer. It has a beautiful poinsettia bouquet. And I'm also going to use the fun whimsy Christmas paper, pinks and greens and blues. So a little different than the traditional Christmas colors. All right, good morning, Kim. How are you today? And hello and welcome to Creating with Kristina. If this is your first time or if you're watching this on the YouTube replay, my name's Kristina Reese and this is Creating with Kristina. I come live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday here on my Facebook page. And I come at 9:30 a.m. Central Time here in Texas. All right, one more thing before we get started, and that is last night I sent out an email telling you about this month's card kit by mail. And because this card kit won't get to you till probably right before Christmas or maybe even after Christmas, it is not a Christmas card kit. It is a fun fold kit. And I know all of you love fun folds, so you'll want to sign up for this class. It has a regular Z fold. Whoops, here we go. Let me stay in the camera. Then it has what's called a double easel fold, and I'll show you that one. It also has the double Z fold, but a vertical way, okay? And then finally, this is a new one I've not taught before, and it is called the mirror, or I like to call it the mirror twist because it kind of moves when you open it, but there it goes. Isn't that fun? Oh my gosh. All right. So sign up is from the 2nd, yesterday, until the 12th, the Sunday. I cut it off on the 12th so that I can order all the product, prepare all the kits, and get them out to you. And if you did not get the newsletter, but you signed up for it, please check your spam mail or your anywhere that might have gone to. Also, if you have not signed up for my newsletter, just go over to my blog, Creating with Kristina, and you can sign up there. All right, let's go on and get started with today's cards. So there is some cutting for this panel card. Oh, I wanted to show you what the card looked like. All right, sorry. Here's the panel card. And so it lies flat like this in the envelope, and then they open it up, and it looks like this. And for you to write a letter or something back here. All right. And then they can just display it on their mantle. I know you can't see it very well, but, or wherever they're going to display their card, but see how beautiful that big image just pops. Okay. Pretty kind of fun, huh? All right. So that's what we're going to make. It's very simple. You're going to need just a traditional card base at 5.5 by 8.5. Let me see if I can't get that in the camera better. Well, it's in the camera here, but it's sideways, but that's okay because it's a sideways card. But let me turn this around. There you go, 5.5 by 8.5. We're going to score it at 1 7/8, then at 3, 5.5, and 6 5/8. All right, so we're going to do that in just a minute. Then some designer series paper for the panels, and this is that whimsy paper that we have, and you're going to cut 2 of them. 1 5/8 by 5 1/4. All right, let's see. I'm gonna put that right. Yeah, let's do that. That'll be fun. Or not fun, but of course my head is in the way. There we go. All right, I've got that one there, and then I've got that one there. That's probably all the room we have. Oh well. Anyway, so those panels go there. Then I have, you can either do this in a cardstock or a DSP. It's the matte behind the white piece. Okay, and so that is going to go right there. Then you're going to get a white piece that's cut 2 by 5, and this is for you to stamp your sentiment. Ooh, I don't think we're going to fit. No, we're not. Oh, well, that's all right. And finally, you need some scrap paper to do your stamping and cutting for the big image on the front. All right, so let me move that out of the way. Let's get my scoring tool out. What did I do with it? There it is in its spot. That's one way to keep your craft room somewhat organized and clean, as if you have a spot for everything and you can just always know where it is as long as you put it back in its spot, right? Okay, so here I have, and I'm gonna have to move out a little bit because I'm gonna need to extend my arm. I do not have much room for, I'm gonna have to zoom out. Hold on, you guys, let me zoom. Whoops, wrong way. There we go. Oh, and of course, you can see my lap now. I don't want that. There we go. Okay, I'll zoom in just a wee bit more. Okay. Yeah. Our base. So what did I say? We need to score it at 1 7/8. So you just stick your, if you've got this score and cut trimmer, you just go to 1 7/8 right there. And be sure you use your score tool, not your cutting tool. All right, and then we're gonna move to 3. And then we're gonna move to 5 1/2, all right? And finally 6 5/8. All right, 6 5/8. There we go. One more time, if you're taking notes, 5 1/2 by 8 1/2 inch card base, scored at 1 7/8, 3, 5 1/2, and 6 5/8. Now, remember, I always put my Friday Fun Folds over on my blog, okay, creatingwithkristina.com. So if you need the measurements, if you don't write them down here, you can go over to the blog and it'll be written out there. All right, so this part here is going to stick out in the front, okay, like so. And then these two come and flip back like that, okay? And then that is our base. All right, we want our 2 pieces of design paper, and we need some adhesive here. So we're just going to put some adhesive on the back. Don't you love how all this color just coordinates so perfectly? I love this. Whoops. Oh, come on, tape. I tell you, this tape runner. All right, and we're just gonna stick that right there. Good morning from California, Barbara. Hello, Stephanie. And I think that's Tanya. Yeah, I think. I don't know. But anyways, she said the card was beautiful. Thank you so much. Yeah, I love Stampin' Up! Images and all their colors. It's also fun. All right, there we go. Now we have our two on the panel there, that side. Now for the middle. All right, before we put it together, let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment. And I have sending you Christmas cheer. And I'm going to do this in the mint macaron that matches the paper there. And then I never know if it's dark enough. So I'm going to actually get it a little wetter into this ink and get the ink as wet as I can. I'm going to kind of put it up to the top, as far up as I can. Okay, perfect, good and dark. All right. And now we will put it together. So I need some adhesive on the back of this and on the back of this. There we go. And I love these easy fun folds like this. I mean, we're done now for the actual building of the fun fold. All we have to do now is do the decorating. All right, let me make sure I get everything attached correctly. And I just, like I said, the color, I love how all the colors match. All right, so there we go. And then it'll just pop out like that. So it's called I call it the center pop-up panel fold, because the center of the card, a panel pops out like that. I don't know what its official name is. No one ever really does. But let's go ahead and get this part done. Now, like I said, I'm using Words of Cheer. If you have not seen this stamp set, I really love it because in the die cut, they have the echo for happy and for the word cheer. Let me show you the cheer. So it's a 2-set die. So there's the cheer and the happy. I love echo. It's just so fun. And then there's a bunch of little tiny things, but then this big piece cuts out the bouquet. Put that over there. And of course, I have already done it for us, so we don't have to sit here and watch me color. and I'll lift it up for you. So I just took the colors that were in the designer paper. That is our new polished pink, mint macaron. Now that's Flirty Flamingo. I tried we don't have Blushing Bride in the Stampin' markers. We have it in the writing markers, but not the alcohol. And I found that Flirty Flamingo is pretty close. So I did that. And then here's Old Olive. The color in the paper is actually Mossy Meadow, but we do have a Mossy Meadow, but it's really dark. All right. And so I liked the Old Olive and it went really well with it. So there we go. And now, of course, dimensionals. And we want this to really pop. So I'm going to put 4 of them on there. Okay. Well, hello, Diane. How are you? She says, good morning. And Patty says, love this fold with some cute little snowflakes and Santa and snowmen. And let's see, who's watching from the UK? Linda is watching from the UK. I love that. You all are in the afternoon. We're here bright and early in the morning. Okay. And I'm just going to put that right on there like that. Perfect. Now, it looks kind of bland, so let's bling it up a bit. This designer paper has silver embossing. You can see it there on that ornament. You don't see it much on these other ones, but wherever the light reflects. So it's a silver embossed paper, so we're going to get the silver twine. This comes from our Simply Elegant annual catalog, this combo pack of gold and silver. And I just just like I'm tying a shoestring, I make a bow. A loop, and then I just wrap it around and then push up and pull the ends, and there we go. And then kind of adjust it to whatever length you want. That looks good. And get my snips out. Now, the way I like to attach my bows like this is with glue dots. You may have the glue dots in a spool, which is the way I usually have them, but I subscribe to Paper Pumpkin and I get tons of these sheets of glue dots, and so I like to try to use those also. I like to be as frugal as I can. And get me a little pair of tweezers here. Pick one up. Come on. No, it's not behaving. Of course it's not. Ah! And then it behaved so well it popped off the page. There we go. All right, and we're just going to put that little bow right between those 2 flowers. And then pull off that top piece. And now just stick that bow on there. And so we have a pretty silver bow. I know y'all can't see it very well. Let me lift it up so you can see the pretty bow. And we need some bling. And of course, this paper mostly has our new In Colors in it. So I got the In Colors rhinestones. I love these. They're so pretty. Okay, how do I open them? Here we go. And we can pick so many choices here. We have, so even though this is soft succulent, it goes really well with the mint macaron, but that's all mint up there. I need to change colors. So we can do the pink, of course, or the gold, even though there's no gold in there, yellow, that would still be pretty. It's Bumblebee. And then the really dark, this is Evening Evergreen, but it goes well also. So I'm thinking we're going to stay with the pink. Gonna stay with pink. I have 2 left over on this one, so let me use these 2. All right, and I'll put one here and one here and one down at the bottom. Okay, there we go. All right, I hope you all liked today's fun fold, and like I said, I call it the center panel pop out fun fold, something like that. Anyways, it's going to be over on my blog. There's my blog at the top of this film, creatingwithkristina.com. Also, we do have a new host code for December. Remember, when you spend $50 or more, I send you a nice thank you gift at the end of the month. And the cards for this month's card kit is Fun Fold. So if you're loving Fun Folds, which I'm sure you are if you're watching, you'll want to sign up for this class. And if you didn't get the newsletter, please sign up for it. Or go over to my blog and there's a sign up form there also. All right, you guys have a blessed, happy Friday and weekend. I'll be decorating my house and my front yard. I tried to do it last weekend. Life just got busy. So this weekend I told myself, definitely decorating for Christmas this weekend. All right, y'all have a wonderful weekend. Love you. Bye-bye.